Like the one that buffs all your pirates. I don't have that. Let's keep Ravaging Ghoul, it's good against the pirates. Okay, just remember it takes longer to get sample size on a card with variants. Oh, you mean the Finders Keepers, yeah. Yeah, Patches Rogue is pretty funny. But it requires you to actually like, before Patches dies, like you can't play any pirates, unless then you'll accidentally pull out Patches. And then, yeah, it's kind of, it's a very meme deck, I think. Don't roll the healing totem. If you roll totem, hopefully it's a 1/1. Well, this gets wrecked by Ravaging Ghoul. Yeah, slam and execute for the 7/7. I can get rid of this with Axe, but I think I want to maximize my mana usage here.
I was gonna say rope on the slam to make him think you don't have ghoul, so he plays into it, but he did anyways. I didn't really play it for the mind games. Hey Dylan James Higgins, how's it going? Okay. I think we have to get rid of this for sure.
Let's go for the value game. Hero power every single turn. Okay, so execute that. How much risk do I want to take? Do I want to take the damage just to keep this alive? Because it helps me trade, and he's overloaded. Alright, I'm going to do this. Because it helps to have something on board to trade with his minions. Like if he has Lava Burst Lightning Bolt, that's the most you can do, right? That's 8 plus this 9. I think it's valuable to have the 3/2. I was gonna say Alley Armor Smith is even more on curve than Bloodhoof, so this is good.
Warrior God playing Warrior. Hey Lingo. I'm not the Warrior God anymore though.
Or was I ever? I don't know. Honestly, I haven't been playing that much Warrior since like OTK got nerfed. Revenge? I can still draw for the Revenge. Ravaging Ghoul is good too. It's not worth using Execute though. I want to save it for the 7/7. No Deathwing? Yeah, Deathwing's a little bit too greedy. Like I made this very anti-aggro, right? If I want to play Deathwing, then I needed to cut some cards for that. I like having Deathwing as well. I like playing with that card. Okay.
I've seen you pull off nut stub controller, don't be so modest. Aw, thanks Lingo. Maybe back in the day of Reno Warrior. Warrior without patches. Do you record stats? Yeah, Deck Tracker automatically records the stats. How's controller these days? I haven't played since the first week of the expansion. Jade Druid made me quit. Seems like it's bad now. So this is bad if it's against Jade decks, but I don't really face Jade decks. Like, I just face a series of just Shaman. So, like, this is good against Shaman. Let's develop this. I'm gonna cycle this too. I'm doing all things in the wrong order. Like, I should have drawn first. I wasn't sure whether to develop these. But once I thought more about it, like, this Gore Howl has charge, so you can just equip it and then attack with it right away. This thing, you have to play it first before it can do anything, so. Why is he still in this game? What is your win rate versus Shaman, Pirate Warrior, Arena block? I also don't have a very huge sample size for this deck, so. Like right now, there's only 8 games recorded on here. So unfortunately, I can't really answer those questions too well. Oh, he runs a Donghammer. He pointed at himself earlier, so I was wondering, because that means he has Rockbiter in his hand, right? But Rockbiter doesn't quite clear these out that well. Okay. I guess since we have so many weapons, we just start whittling him down a little bit. How is this guy not conceding? I guess he has double Rock Rider, maybe? Yeah, double Rock Rider. Good job. Now get through this taunt. Clearing it for the Flame Tongue value, so he doesn't get Flame Tongue on it. Oh, finally he conceded. Masochist Shaman, new archetype. Yeah, he ignored Acolyte by hero powering, right? Come on, he's Aggro Shaman. Can't expect him to be the best players. Some people just want to take shortcuts. I like Revenge as a backup, but I don't like it just going first and like keeping it. It's too reactive and it's too slow because it takes a while to get into the Revenge range. Having Doomsayer on 2 is much better than just having the Revenge in your hand. Apparently some pros consider Aggro Shaman to be a super high skill deck. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't be a good player and play Aggro Shaman. Of course, like obviously he probably made some misplays and he also didn't understand when to concede. Because a pro player would have conceded a long time ago. Oh man. I hope he doesn't have a way to kill off his Doomsayer. What does he need? He needs Lightning Bolts. Alright, Lightning Bolts. I think that's the only way to kill it off. Flame Tongue is not enough. Would you play Dirty Rats over Doomsayer if you had a pair? I have one Dirty Rat, but honestly I would say Dirty Rat is more of an anti-control card, not necessarily anti-aggro, because you could pull out the 4-mana 7/7 for them. I like Doomsayer actually. Doomsayer is pretty good, it's not a bad card. Honestly, I think Control Warrior is easier to play than Aggro Shaman. Yes. All tryhard streamers play Shaman, Ladder Slaves. That was such a feels bad man concede. He's like gambled because you don't really expect the warrior player to play Doomsayer. They're probably used to playing against Warlock and they're like, okay, I have to expect to turn 2 Doomsayer, or they're playing against Freeze Mage or Mage. It's not Freeze Mage anymore. I also have one Dirty Rat only. I put a Fierce Monkey there instead of making another one. It's situational. Yeah, I could put in Dirty Rat for one of the Blood Hosts. Usually, I've seen lists, they don't run 2 Blood Hosts, they run 2 Dirty Rats. So maybe in combination with Doomsayers and you run 2 Dirty Rats, it's like not bad. Maybe I should try that. Or I could just try 1 Dirty Rat for now. Wait, he did overload himself, but I think I still coined this out. Cause I was thinking if he wasn't overloaded, I could still have Slam Execute for the 7/7. Now he's overloaded again. He still can't play 7/7. So I slam, hopefully get an axe. Is revenge good? James okay. It's a little bit wasteful. But I'm hoping if he can't swing with weapon this turn, I get nice Harrison next turn. If he uses up his weapon and clears, I guess we go with the Armor Smith. Harrison into concede. Thoughts on Miracle Rogue? It's good. Miracle Rogue is good. Are there any good fatigue decks in this meta? Depends on what you consider as fatigue decks. Don't swing, don't swing. Hold the weapon. Hold the weapon. Don't swing. If he swings, it's a little bit less obvious I want Harrison. But this is pretty obvious Harrison then. What a stream sniper. He didn't swing, he was listening to me. Like Yag Warrior style. Basically, I think fatigue is too slow. And not really sure why do you want to climb with a fatigue deck. Would you consider playing Miracle Questing Rogue for easy legend? I was playing it earlier and it's doing fine. I was just switching it up. Oh, this is actually a Jade deck. So that's kind of harder for us to deal with actually. We're not that favored against a pure Jade deck. Not to say that we can't win. But we have to use our brawls wisely. And then try to save up for a Grom, Gorehowl, lethal, I guess. But they have healing. That's annoying. I think Kalento has the list figured out basically. Seems like it'd be the best of everything tested. Burgley, Bullies, and 2 Auctioneers are good for control matchups, cycling. Oh, let me see. What is this? Oh, this is the Malagos. Albion Malagos. Okay. Yeah, looks nice.
At least it'll be good to get down. But I'm just baiting into a bigger brawl.
Freaking Jade Idol makes the matchup instant concede for me as Control Warrior. So I was doing fine, and hey Scythes, by the way. I was doing fine if you play like a Tempo Warrior list. You basically have to out-tempo them in pressure. So if you're playing Tempo Warrior, you're running Fraudlings, you're running Corcoran. I was running Sylvanas and Karen still, and also I have Varian in there. So just like you have a strong win condition. Okay, so this is good enough to brawl.
Probably develop at least too. So I can have Golden Monkey as a backup win condition in case he heals and like hexes my big stuff. We're out cycling him right now. Oh, he still plays Flame Wraith? I'm confused then. How can you fit in the Jade Spirit and this guy? Don't really understand. So I can do this, Shield Slam, and then Bloodhoof.
I've been trying to figure out hand buff control Paladin. I'm sure Sagat the Slither is an integral part of the deck.
Lingo. I think I told you this at dinner, but basically what I've seen is they run, like for card draw, they basically run as many minions as possible for things that typically, like you might use Solemn Vigil, but you'll use Fight Promoter instead to get your card draw for Paladin. So it's pretty interesting. I've definitely encountered a more control hand buff Paladin. And I think it's just a little bit unexplored right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody come over the list and gets popular and like pretty decent. Oh, I didn't expect him to give up so early. That maybe he has a follow-up.
Alright, I think you remember you mentioned Fight Promoter after Hit Legend. I think I'll mess around with that. Alright, nice lingo. What rank are you at right now? Fight Promoter is a dubious card in my opinion. Very few good players are using it. Never saw it working properly. Did they actually try it though?
I don't know. You can't just assume just because they aren't playing with it that they actually tried it. It's probably too slow to keep this. I want my 2 drops.
See, Control Warrior games are shorter than people think.
It's only against like, you know, control against a control deck, like Control Warrior against a Reno deck. That's the slow one. If it's control against aggro, it's still the same like shortness. Basically, that's one of the perks of playing an aggro deck is that no matter what you face against, your game shouldn't last that long because it should end like by turn 10 probably. Either you won already or you lost by then. If you're playing against a control deck, it's pretty... Usually you can tell by turn 10 if you're going to win or not. And you can just concede.
Like, Taskmaster could be just unnecessary. Just would play Dirty Rat instead of this. When does League Explorers cycle out? Probably end of March, beginning of April, when the new expansion comes out.
Who goes there? Oh, no patches. I guess that's why it took so long. He's has a baby rage for a little bit. There's a potential I want to drop Aggro on turn 3, but I don't want to drop it if he has that, because he gets easy trade with weapon. Yeah. So now this is a better Acolyte board, and that's enabled because I used the slam earlier. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this. If he plays Flame Tongue, he trades. It's not so bad. I played this, competes with the Flame Tongue.
Okay, have a good night, Lingo. Thanks for the host. And if you guys haven't checked out Useless Lingo, right, click on his name right now and give him a follow. My average game length for Control War is about 11 minutes.
Yeah, that's like fairly average, I think. Look at that, it's Flame Tongue. Sucks if he has the 4-mana 7/7 right now. That's okay. I have Ali Armor Smith. He's gonna be a clear because he has patches, so you can do patches and like hit.
Thanks, Chingu. Wait, if you're in the stream, how come you're still watching in the game too? Also, if you guys haven't checked out It's Your Ball, you should all give her a follow. It's a very sweet Dutch streamer.
Yeah, okay. And she just recently started learning the Miracle Rogue as well, so she's a very fast learner. And I played like, what, 9 or 10 games with her yesterday, and she's ahead on me. She's been kicking my butt. So, high skill level player, should give her a follow. Well, that's actually playing into my Brawl, so I don't know why he's going so... I don't know, he's playing too many minions. Brawl's better, I think. Brawl, and then we play Gorehowl next turn. Come on, 1/1 live. Ragnarok. That's not true. I think she's sick of me. Brawl RNG control warrior equals Brawl control warrior equals RNG. It's not like that was the best one. I mean, it's not the worst case. The best one would have been having Patches. Or was Patches still alive? No, Patches is dead, right? No, Patches is still alive. Let me see. Yeah, it's that, like either Elven Archer or Patches was the best outcome. This is the second best outcome. Ah, yeah? Can't believe his golem's already that big. So I have second Brawl, which is useful. I think I just get rid of Flame Tongue for now. The more minions he plays, then I can pop the Aya and just Brawl. And we're getting close to the revenge range too. But essentially, his last Jade card is the Jade Lightning. I hope. So then, at that point, he should be out of Jade cards. Don't be taunt. Okay. So then we pop it. We brawl. Hope for a good outcome. Revenge is nice to have for later. Yeah, I think armor is a little bit safer. We have Revenge, Ravaging Ghoul to basically deal a Flame Strike to the board. Who goes there? Like, he could have played around Revenge a little bit better than that. But I guess he decided it's probably not worth it. Alright, feels good, man. When you get to 12, you just shield block against aggro. Yeah, if I had this shield block in hand, then that's basically what you want. Beating you with Milrogue feels good, man. Yeah, Yobo's playing some Milrogue too. It's pretty cool to watch her, actually. Okay, is it time to concede yet? I'm gonna draw first. And we got shield block, so I don't mind taking the damage then. And we got Yesakar. We'll drop the Acolyte. It's pretty good anti-AoE. Because he's not gonna want a Maelstrom Portal. Concede. Or disconnect, like your name says. It's time to disconnect. Oh, you play Storm in this list. Oh, maybe it's like mid-range. It could be the mid-range type. You know, Patra, another streamer, she's been playing a lot of the mid-range aggro shaman. That sounds stupid. Mid-range aggro. It's like the mid-range Jade shaman. I think I saw her hit, what, a high of rank 4 legend with it? It's been pretty strong. A lot of these new Masochist Shaman archetypes don't matter. They just don't know when to quit. Like, when you see Yesakar come down, you should just immediately concede by this point, right? There's like no way you overcome the Yesakar hero power. But I guess he's gonna rope concede. And we win if we get Grom. Grom's lethal. Okay. Took a while, but you figured it out. Rogue concede skill. Yeah, so we switched to this deck because we noticed there was a rise in Shaman population, which I guess the Rogue. Somebody was who was telling me? Agent was telling me that Rogue is not favored against Shaman, and I suppose because they run Feral Spirits and stuff, I can see why. Okay, keep Ravaging Ghoul for sure. Good since Pirate starts. I don't think Slam is that useful against Rogue. You're gonna want the Axe.
At least the early game, you don't need slam. It's different if you're playing against Dragon Priest. Dragon Priest has a lot of high health minions, and you're gonna need slam to kill those. So I don't really mind keeping it against those matchups. Oh, that's pretty sick. Well, I'm not sure why you're just hitting face with it. You should probably save it for some value. So it discourages my coin Acolyte or coin Ravaging Ghoul, so we're not gonna coin it out anymore. It gets eaten up by the X. As long as you don't run into any Jade Druids, all of the matchups are pretty okay. I guess you're talking about Control Warrior, right? In VS Meta Snapshot, mid Jade is better than casual mid-range Shaman. What do you mean by casual mid-range Shaman? Like basically a mid-range, the old type of mid-range Shaman. I have to coin out Ali. The other players are too weak. Casual because favorite in almost every matchup. Well, it was like not the mid Jade, it was the aggro Shaman Jade list that was considered to be the best list at the end of last season, right? That's what Zalay and Amnesiac used to hit their top ranks. Amnesia finished number 3 and Zalay was number 7 or something. They like finished top 10 with the aggro Shaman. So based on data, they said that was the best list. Come on, give me War Axe. I'm gonna do War Axe Ravaging Ghoul. Slam. We're gonna do Acolyte Revenge, I guess. It's a pretty poor use of Revenge, but it's more like since I could draw a card with Acolyte, then it's okay. It's not as bad. But usually you don't like to use Revenge like that for a Whirlwind. Beneath the Grounds. Oh, that's cute. It's an anti-Reno tech. I suppose it's kind of anti-control tech too, because the game usually will last long enough for them to draw into the ambushes. I hope Blizzard won't fix Hunter by giving insane aggro tools to race with pirates. But don't you think that Hunter should be the Smork deck? I feel like Hunter has kind of lost its identity because it's not the Smork deck anymore. So it feels a little bit bad. This is kind of wasted potential. He could have gotten some serious action with Edwin. At least make it a 6-6, right? I think 4-4 is a little bit undervaluing his Edwin. It's also kind of interesting that he runs SI. It doesn't really make sense, actually. His list, he runs Beneath the Ground, which is an anti-Reno, anti-control card. But then he runs stuff like SI, which is an anti-aggro card. So if you really want to make it anti-Reno or anti-control, you should be running Questings instead of SI. So it's just kind of weird the way that he texts it. I guess we take the card draw.
It might draw into ambushes, and then I don't know what we do then. We could draw from here too. Let's just drop Doomsayer. He's gonna kill the Doomsayer. It's just gaining 7 health. Two mana gain 7. The only reason to run Ambush is to deactivate Rhinos and Kazakus. Yeah, I understand that. But that's what I mean. It just seems like it's anti a specific type of deck, but then the other cards that you're playing don't really make sense with that strategy. Yes, Hunter is very sad now, like Priest was prior to MSG. I think that's... People always say how they love the meta right now. And I can't say I completely agree, because essentially 2 classes have been eliminated from the meta. Paladin and Hunter. Okay, yes, that means like a lot of classes are getting played right now, like kind of equally, but there is something that's lacking in the meta. Hang on, let me just make this play. I'll just go ahead and Shield Slam. We're so ahead on resources. Like, he's only got 3 cards, and we have so many cards. Let's just build board presence. Alright, well this guy's good. He knows when to concede. Thanks, man.